everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Hard Kill, just came out. Bruce Willis. But is Bruce Willis starting to become like Nicolas Cage? That they're doing anything? It just seems like, and I feel like I said that before. Evidently, he's a billionaire that has a, he's a tech billionaire and has a lot of valuables, and he hires mercenaries to protect those valuables, and then some people, it's a terrorist group, kidnap his daughter, so on and so forth. I don't know. Bruce Willis is in it, and Jesse Metcalfe. They're the names that I recognize as I scroll quickly. So I don't know. I'm excited to see it. However, on IMDb, it is 3.5. But only 170 people have viewed it so far. It is an hour and, what did I say, hour and 38 minutes. So, I don't know. I'll get into it here, find out what it's really about, give you a better idea of the synopsis, and then ultimately let you know what I think. Hopefully it's better than whatever I just said, 3 whatever. So, let's hope. But I'll find out. Stick around. Hey everybody, I'm going to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Hard Kill. We're at the 45-minute mark. Pretty neat there. And I stopped it here for a reason. It's not great. So it's got like 2 known actors, I'd say, in it, right? I mean, Bruce Willis and Jesse Metcalfe. Maybe a lot of people don't know Jesse Metcalfe. But it's... I don't know, it's just strange. It's like you got people who look like they're capable of doing the job, but yet it's not done well. So the acting is really bad in it. Some of it is, some of it's based on the dialogue they give these actors, and they're not being able to pull it off. It's poorly written, but then there's, like, so Jesse Metcalfe runs the mercenaries. Like, he has this team of one guy and a brother and sister. Well, the brother, his acting is terrible. It's awful. It's like, must be the son of the producer or something like that. It's just, the other people are okay again, but they're not great at all, and okay is a stretch. But anyway, so Bruce Willis, the plot summary is a little bit misleading. Bruce Willis is a billionaire who has developed some sort of technology that gets stolen by his daughter, and she gives it to the partner, which is, is the main villain. And the thing is they trick these. So Bruce Willis hires the mercenaries as security people, but basically tricks them into, like, yeah, you're not really security, you're here to help. It's really the exchange, or the thing that happens there is like really hard to follow. To be honest with you, it's like they get all upset that they tricked them. It's like, you're supposed to meet the building manager, and instead they're like, no, you're really here to fight, kind of thing. I don't know. Really, really odd. They get paid a lot of money to come in and pretty much do what they were supposed to do, but I don't know. You have to see it to believe it. Okay, so there's that part of it. And so right now they're at this warehouse, and they're protecting Bruce Willis, the billionaire, from these bad guys coming in trying to get with him. Evidently the device that his daughter stole needs a code, right? And that's what they're trying to get from him. And they're fighting the 4 of them. There's like 20 of them against the 4 of them, and they have like 9mm. And that, so there's that piece of it. I know I'm rambling on, and it's only 45 minutes long. But then the action things, like so you have these guys all dressed in black. I don't know, they're military looking guys. They're the bad guys, of course, and they got AKs or whatever looks like automatic weapons and stuff like that. And there's these 4 mercenaries, and I'm calling them, that are there protecting Bruce Willis. I think there's another guy, so there's 5 of them total in this huge warehouse. Well, these guys are just walking. They're like, okay, go ahead, go in, go get them. And they're like walking right in the open, so the guy could just look out the window and pick them off. It's like, really, you guys are highly trained military people, or at least you dress like it, and you're getting shot right out in the opening. And then they're like trying to get in a door, and all 5 of them are hiding behind like walls and stuff, like they're pointing the gun. And these guys all dressed in black are like kicking down the boxes and boom, 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 making all these loud noises, and then they come in the door and they get killed. It's like, no kidding. Like, it was it's like if they hired me to be a part of the military group looking people going in to get Bruce Willis. That's, you know what I mean? Like, they're not stealthy or they have no experience at all. It's like, I'm surprised they know how to pull the trigger. And then add on top of it, so then they get to a point where there's like a kind of like 10 to 20 of them lined up, you know, pointing direction, and they're pointing at our 4 or 5 mercenaries there, and so a gun battle starts. I mean, guys are just spraying guns like this. Nobody's getting shot. One guy pulls out a handgun and goes boom, and he shoots him. One shot. This guy just shot off 25 rounds at the same thing, and he pulls out one, boop, and you're dead. It's like, come on, really? Oh, so there's a lot. I get the low score now. It is pretty bad, and I thought I'd catch you right now and let you know what you're in for on this one. I could go on, but I won't. Let me get back to it a little bit more and save a little bit more. But I don't know why you would watch me to the end of the. Maybe it gets better. Stick with me. How about that? We'll see if it gets better. I'll be back in a bit. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Hard Kill, and I'd have to say it was hard to watch. I was hoping I'd come back and say, with turn of events, it got a lot better. It didn't get any better. I mean, it got to the point where it was like, I don't really care anymore. Like, I was going to be like, oh, it's probably predictable, but that would mean that I'd have to think about the movie and care about it to think forward about what's going to happen. So, I didn't do that. I wonder to myself why Bruce Willis is in some of these films. Does he just, hey man, here's my fee. I don't care. Don't make me look like a goofball in this movie, and I'll come do it for you? Or does he have friends? Because this is not the caliber of the Bruce Willis that I know. I mean, Nicolas Cage in the same sense, you know, those movies as well. So, I don't know. I'd love to understand why they're in these movies. I mean, he's Bruce Willis in this, whatever. Everybody else is terrible acting. Not good acting. The dialogue in this movie was just terrible. The fight scenes are, you know, when they're shooting each other, the action scenes are awful. You know, like I had mentioned, all that stuff, the examples I gave before, it continues throughout. I mean, it just, you know, now, the people who filmed it and, you know, edited it, they did a pretty good job. I mean, it looked like a real movie to me. But the villain in it, he looks like Bradley Cooper. I'm going to do this bad joke, but he acts like Bradley Pooper. So he was pretty bad. There's at one point he magically has a Rubik's Cube, and he solves it, like in front of Bruce Willis, like nonchalantly, and then just drops it on the thing. It's like, what is that about? Like, why did they bring in a Rubik's Cube? just crazy stuff. And then, you know, they have this girl who's like the hacker, and you know, she's going to hack everything. Basically, she just figured out how to get into the surveillance cameras. She didn't do anything else, but like she was like the mad genius for the villain. And one last thing I'll mention, this whole thing is about this computer thing, this AI thing that, I don't know, can bring down planes, but also erase all of records, financial records, everything like that. That kind of thing. That's what this thing can do. But when they steal it, they test it to see if it works. And to test it, they take down an airplane. Okay, great. But now they want to do it to wipe out records. But now they need the password. So now they have to go back to Bruce Willis and get the password. What? You already used it to do that. Now it's like, okay, now I need the password to do something else. No sense. This was a train wreck from the beginning. I mean, who? What? I don't know. I just don't. I don't know how this stuff happens. Like, these are so obvious flaws that people like me can see. You know, and I hate to trash a movie, but it's like, just watch it once. When it's done, and be like, okay, let's fix that. Let's fix that. It's, you know, I don't know. Anyway, this is like a 3, maybe a 4. I don't know why I would up it, but if you stayed this long, I appreciate it. I will not talk any further. I think I've given you enough information to skip this one. It's not worth your time. It's rubbish. No, I don't know. No, that's all I got. I'm sorry. Thanks for staying this long. If you did, I appreciate it. You must be a subscriber. If you're not, please subscribe, because There's better movies out there, I promise you. And tell all your friends about Kimmel's Irish Pub. That'd be fantastic. And keep coming back. See you next time.